Hello there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another video. Sex workers should never be included in your sex count. You know what, I gotta address that because I've seen some comments, when people are talking about body counts or dudes talking about body counts. And I've said several times, I had a gentleman, young man, who said he kept saying he had a 300 body count, but at some point he admitted they were all escorts. And I've seen some comments in response to that saying, well, they count. And I'm like, no. Sex workers should never be included in your count. Now, if you want to just say, well, I had sex with them and all, okay, fine, you did, but here's why I say that. See, one of the earliest pieces of game that I learned from like the true street players that I grew up around was that a man's game is getting sex from a woman without paying. A woman's game is to get money out of a man without giving up the sex. And see, I've always went with that because look, I'm gonna tell you something now. Any man could get sex if he's paying for it. If you just want to be a trick and all of that, okay, fine. But here's why you shouldn't count it. You're paying for it. It's nothing special about you. You didn't have any game. It don't matter how attractive you are. Even though there are some sex workers who will refuse a guy, let's just be real. If you got enough money, they'll find something nice about you or whatever they do, all right? But what is that to pay for something? Should that count? It has nothing to do with how you look. It has nothing to do with your personality, your character, how smart you are, anything. You just had money. Anybody could have that particular woman. That same sex worker that you thinking, oh, you're gonna put her in your sex count or something. Well, 100 other men, thousands of other men maybe can put that same woman in there. What is that to you? Now, I'm serious. Why should you be like, yeah, I've been with all these women, you paid for them, Because seriously, why should a man respect you for that? Yes, I'm gonna say it. Why should a man respect you for that? Why should a woman respect you for that? That don't mean you got any skill. Let's just be real. You don't mean you have any skill either. Because the woman, she's gonna be like, the sex worker, she's an actress and stuff. She's an actress. See, if you want to really count some, count the women that you got because of your appearance, because of your mouthpiece, because she genuinely likes you. That says more about who you are. See, having money, okay, you got money, okay, big deal. But then there's some guys out there barely making any money. They spend all their money on like some cheap, back page type of hoes or something. And indeed, I'm gonna tell you the truth. Now, this is more of a debate right here. Sometimes I would question even spending money on acculturated prostitutes, or as the Honorable Pimp God calls them, acceptable hoes. And the acculturated prostitute is a socially acceptable form of prostitution. When a woman says, well, the only way, or she implies the only way she'll have sex with a man is if he spends a lot of money on her, that's still the same thing. And indeed, you got some women who aren't professional sex workers who actually get paid straight up for sex. Now, should that count? What does that mean? See, it speaks to who you are as a man if the woman doesn't have those conditions, even with acculturated prostitution, even with regular dating. If a woman says you don't have to go and take her on a date and stuff to have sex with you. In fact, she might be the one who pays. In fact, she might just come over to your place. Okay, that says something about who you are as a man. See, that's the thing. See, I'm gonna tell you what. And I'm going to attribute this to Tariq Nasheed when he wrote his books on macking. He said, tricking is like, if you running in a race and you pay for the trophy. You didn't win the race. You didn't actually even run in the race. What is it to you? Seriously, a man should be like, well, you know what? I want to develop myself to the point a woman wants to be with me straight up for who I am. It's not about how much money I spent on her. Because to me, a guy using sex workers as part of his count is just straight up cheating. He just paid for the trophy. He didn't run, he didn't train, he didn't improve himself. Because see, here's a problem with that. What happens if you don't have money? What happens if it runs out? What happens? What'd that say about you? You know, what happens when you run into that woman who you don't want as just, you know, some sex work or something? What happens you run into that woman? She got all the stuff you would want in a permanent mate. Okay, where's your skill in actually getting that woman? You know, you might see her and you know what? She got some sense. She ain't trying to do anything. What happens when you get her? You don't have any skill to actually get her. Or what happens when you run into that very attractive woman, just period, not even a specific one. But she ain't on that like, oh, you like, even with an acculturated prostitution thing, you trying to like give her some money and everything, and you trying to impress her with some money, but she got her own money. And I said before, man, I know several young women in their 20s who got their own houses. So you can't even impress them with that. Women got their own money nowadays. So what happens? You run into that fine ass woman. She got everything you want. Where's your skill in getting her? Because you don't need any skill to get a sex worker. You just need to know where they at and be willing to pay their price. And shoot, even some escorts really don't sleep with a man. So even then, it's like, what you really getting out of it? You ain't getting any skill or anything. And it's like you saying stuff, well, yeah, you thinking, well, you know, I still had to talk to her and everything. She's gonna laugh at all your jokes. She's gonna smile in your face. See, here's another reason too, a major reason. Sex workers got a disdain for tricks. They have a disdain for tricks. Indeed, a whole lot of sex workers, they either got a serious control issue. A lot of them will get into that business to actually control a man because they have a disdain because of something maybe their daddy did or something happened in their past. Or, you know, or they don't like men to the point where they're lesbians. And that's not a good thing if a man has sex with a woman who has some disdain for him. Now, you might not see it. See, here's the thing. She's still going to give it to you. Even if she's smiling in your face, subconsciously, you're going to feel something. You're going to feel her disdain, her hate or something. And indeed, you never know. In fact, I would I say for the most part, men shouldn't even deal with those types. Seriously. You shouldn't even deal with those types. You shouldn't deal with a woman who has disdain for you. Deep down disdain. And even in those cases, you get some guys thinking, well, I pulled this woman and, you know, she a sex worker, Rom, and everything. Now, there are some occasions you can get one of them on the real. But usually, if that's happening, you ain't spending one penny. Not one penny. And even then, peep the game they'll run. Sometimes, some of them are long-term slick. You know, they'll act like they're good with you and everything, but then they'll subtly put their claws in, and suddenly all you are is just a sponsor. That's all you are. And I want y'all to really think about that. You gotta take them. You gotta take that. Even when they seem like they cool with you, be looking out for the game. See, you gotta understand that. See, that's not good for you. It's killing your skills and everything. And like I said, what happens when you want to spend that money on other things? Now, some guys, they'll live like that, but look, man, if you doing all that, some part of you got to hate yourself. Some part of you got to feel like, well, damn, I just got to pay for it and everything. No, you want to develop yourself to the point you can get it for free. And then, of course, you get some women, well, they ain't free. They got to pay some money. Acculturated prostitutes, leave them alone. Because here's my thing. Now, I'll say it why I promote that. You know, yeah, I'm good money-wise now, but there's been some times I ain't had money like that. I'm just barely making it. I want the woman who's at least cool with me. Not settling for it, mind you, because every man needs to be working hard, but that woman say, you know what, I'm going to work with you and get into this level. I'm going to work with you. Now she giving up money, but I got your back. You want that woman who's feeling you. That's the most important thing. You don't want that woman who you got to pay for her time and stuff or pay for the sex. And I'm going to just say from a personal perspective, there's so many women out here who want to have sex, and you don't have to be like, you know, some alpha showpiece or something. There's so many women out here who want it. And just to be clear, because somebody hit me up on a comment a few weeks ago, and they thought, oh, that's just you, Rom. No, I talk to people out here. I know what the guys are saying. I know what the women are saying. You got women who are willing to have sex with a man for free. They want a relationship, or sometimes just a sexual relationship. Whatever the case, but whatever the case, sex workers that shouldn't even count. I've had some clients and stuff, and they'll say, well, I got with this many women, but a couple were sex workers. I say don't count the sex workers, because it doesn't help you on any level. It doesn't help you, Shit. And she's faking anyway. So you basically live, that's not even truth. That's not even truth. Any man should be always want to live truth. All right? So, and I know I'll get a debate on it, but let's just be real. You're paying for it. Where's your skill? That's it. That's my position. That's my position. If you got some different argument, okay, fine. But tell you what, if you think that's cool, okay, use your skills to get a regular woman. All right? And real quick, because I know somebody, because I've said before, you can learn a lot of game from sex workers. The best way to learn it is you ain't paying any money and she friendly with you and she's just telling you some stuff. Like she ain't getting anything out of just telling you for free. She's just, for whatever reason, like something about you. That's the only time you even listen to them or even what they saying. When your money, when your wallet is in your pocket, and she's just sharing some stuff with you, and she don't have any real chance of getting anything out of it. That's when you listen to them. But if they having sex with you or something, and you paying money, don't even take them seriously. It's a business thing. All right. So anyway, that's all I got for today. Get back with y'all later. Peace and blessings.